Hola, chica. Hello, my beautiful friend. I'm Justy, if you don't know me. I am the Freedom Facilitator and the Heroine's Journey Mentor. So I'm here. Today we're talking about the Heroine's Journey, and we're talking about the dark forest. The dark forest can have some obstacles in it. And one that came to light the other day was the experience of being betrayed, and how that can actually be lodged in our body and could be actually holding us back. Now, I had not been thinking about betrayal specifically, but I did an energy healing session with a good friend, and she did an oracle card reading afterwards from this deck, the Goddess Oracle. And we picked a card, actually my friend picked it, and the goddess is a Welsh goddess named Blodeuwedd, which I had never heard of, and she is actually the goddess of betrayal. And there's a story where she actually tricked her husband and had him killed. Not a pleasant thing. But we read the whole story, and we read in the advice about this ancient goddess that the root of all betrayal is self-betrayal, and that it's very important to root out betrayal because of how it can get in the way. For example, one of the things it says is, how is betrayal showing up in your life? Do you have trouble picking trustworthy friends, partners, co-workers, or mates? Does all your care, consideration, and loyalty meet with treachery and betrayal? Have you misled someone so that you could get what you wanted? Very interesting. And how have I betrayed myself? For all betrayal stems from self-betrayal. So I realize this is worth investigating a little bit and asking some questions, because these obstacles in the dark forest can be hidden. That's why it is a dark forest. They're not the obvious obstacles. They can be buried deep within us, and we can release them. So let's ask a couple of questions. When have you been betrayed? And you might want to journal on these. If not now, then afterwards. How did you feel when you think about or talk about that time when you were betrayed or that person? How do you feel in your body? Where do you feel it in your body? And do you blame yourself? Interesting, right? The other person betrayed me, and yet somehow I might blame myself. Number 2, when, if ever, have you betrayed someone? Maybe you didn't trick them into their death, but also, when might an action that you took out of desperation or self-preservation been experienced as a betrayal by the other person? And in that case, do you blame yourself? Number 3, when have you betrayed yourself? When have you not been true to your word? When did you not listen to your wiser self? Do you blame yourself? I've had women tell me that they do blame themselves for not seeing certain red flags. So there's a common thread here in my questions of blaming yourself. And do you think this could be a block for you? Does blaming yourself for any of these betrayals make you feel unworthy or undeserving, such as undeserving of success or abundance, prosperity, maybe that other women are worthy of? This can be a deep down limitation. Maybe not worthy of the kind of love that you really long for in your life. The love that gives you what you've never received. Is there a way that you might feel you don't deserve it? Self-blame can also really be tied to shame. Guilt, of course, is feeling bad about something that I did, whereas shame is feeling bad about who I am or what I am. And this kind of betrayal might go so deep as to make us actually experience shame of ourselves. We've heard about rape victims feeling deep shame and not wanting to come forth. That's an example of it. So, okay, maybe we've uncovered a little of this. Sorry about the light there. I'm in my cabin. I have a little light. What do we do about it? How do we clear the betrayal block? 1, shine a light on it. And we're doing that right now. Journal. Slow down. Pay attention to it. Let it come out. Share. and share to a safe person, a secure person, that dear friend who will not turn around and bring it up another time, will not share with anyone else, will not judge you or give you advice even. Just share. That's powerful. Number 2, acceptance. Now, we don't have to forgive the person who betrayed us, but acceptance of what happened is very important. Such as, accept that it is what it is. Accept that they are who they are and they were who they were. That was then, this is now. We can move on. Their betrayal is not a reflection of us. In that acceptance, maybe we might feel up to praying for them, or not. I understand. And not everybody even believes in prayer. But prayer might be a tool. It has worked for me, saying a prayer for 21 days for someone who I felt betrayed me. For those gifts or blessings that I would also pray for myself. Loving kindness, peace, that kind of thing. Happiness. Now, of course, this may not change the other person in any way or change the relationship with the other person in any way. And I don't believe that that's the goal, but it heals me. It heals my heart. It gives me more peace. It gives me more serenity and acceptance around it, and ability to move on and not have that be a block for me in my path. Yeah. And then what about self-blame? Loving kindness. I feel that that's a really, really powerful tool. And how do we do that? What if we're not even feeling love for ourselves? Because let's face it, we don't always feel loving for ourselves. Again, acceptance. I accept myself exactly as I am today. And I accept who I was when that happened. We can parent our wounded inner child. That can be a form of loving kindness. Reassure her that she didn't know what she didn't know, and she did the best she could with the resources she had. We can be our own parent. Give loving kindness to yourself in small ways. Maybe you don't feel a big love for yourself, but you can show yourself loving kindness with gentle things like putting on some beautiful body lotion, or these are things that I've done. Make myself a delicious meal with some of my favorite foods, maybe a little bit more luxurious, like some grilled salmon or some fresh strawberries. And then I can see, wow, somebody loves me. How about that? And I'm worth it and I deserve it. Just maybe a leisurely stretching session or gentle dance session. Those are all ways that I give myself loving kindness. I have another one. I learned that because I love hugs, in fact, I did this during COVID, I went months on lockdown without hugging or being hugged by another human. So, and I realized that that felt like a real lack to me. So I hug myself. When I get into bed at night, I give myself a great hug. And I love you, Justy. So that's a very simple way. And it's healing. It's healing. Maybe I was betrayed once, but I love myself. So I would love to hear what this might bring up for you. My friend who we did an energy healing session, and then she picked the card and she talked about several situations. And then I asked her a day or two later what might have come up for her afterwards. And she told me that she had a therapy session the next day, and she had a lot of release as a result of that. And I believe that she connects it with what she released in sharing about those betrayals in her life. So coming in feeling a bit blocked from her vision and her mission, some of that has fallen away. And that's part of the heroine's journey. Kicking some of those obstacles out of the way, doing our work and doing it together in sisterhood. So thank you so much for listening to me today, for joining me, and thank you for watching. And I am going to ask you to help me build my YouTube channel and my community here, my Heroine's Journey community. Please, if you liked this, please do like, please do subscribe, please do make a little comment or a big comment if you have a thought. If you have a question or a topic that you would like me to dive a little deeper into or discuss, please put that in the comment. And if you have a friend who you think could benefit from this, please do share the YouTube. I also have a link down in there if you want a 1-hour Heroine's Journey session with me, where we explore where you are in your heroine's journey. What stage are you at of the 7 stages, and what might be blocking you? Maybe you're in the dark forest. I would like for you to click that link and you can schedule a session and we can hop on a Zoom together. So that's it for today, and I will see you really soon. Ciao, Bella.